Well, hey, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here this morning. But what I want to focus on today is this, is that it's time that we become overcomers. And it reminds me of the story of these two teams that went head to head in basketball. The 1970s, the story says that UCLA was an undefeated team. They were coached by a gentleman named John Wooden. And this story really grasps a hold of my heart when I think about it. Because in the 1970s story, will tell you that they were undefeated and nobody could beat them. I mean, if you read the history on it, you'll see that they produced such players as Lou Alcindor, who later became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Elgin Baylor, Bill Walton. And in the 1970s, they were unbeatable. Pretty much you can look at them as they were the Hollywood team of the NCAA. So in that year, they got their schedule. They saw a lot of tough teams and they practiced hard. But there was one in particular team that they saw, they looked at very lightly. They thought to themselves, yeah, who are they? And that team was across the nation in South Bend, Indiana, Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. And the story says that they were known for more for football than basketball. Pretty much they were a 500 team. And they were coached by a coach named Digger Phelps. And Digger Phelps gathered his team together and he began to run them really hard. Monday came and the story says that Digger Phelps saw that his team kind of looked a little scared, which they knew. They read the paper and they saw the news that UCLA had no care in the world for who Notre Dame was. So Digger Phelps took it upon himself to say, hey guys, we're going to practice really hard this week. So Monday came and the story says he ran his team into the ground and he kept running them and doing a lot of crazy things that you normally don't do during a big game because you don't want to get anybody injured. But the story says that he goes and he runs them really hard on Monday and he's doing all kinds of exercises and things like that. And at the end of practice, they bring it up. They bring the huddle up and coach looks at him and he says, hey, it's a big game this week. But before you go, and he does something you normally never do, only if you win a national championship or you beat your arch rival. Well, the story says that he tells his players today, you're going to win Saturday. I want you to cut the net down. So he looks at the forward, one of the strong forwards, and he goes, cut the net down. Tuesday came, did the same exact thing. And the story says he tells every player almost till Friday. Tuesday came, he says, hey, bring it up. He goes, you're going to win Saturday. Cut the net down. Goes all the way to Thursday and does it again. And he tells another person, hey, if you really believe that you're going to win Saturday, I want you to cut the net down. Man, there was only one guy left, and that was there was a shooting guard. And all night, the story says he waited and could not wait till his opportunity to buy in or to know that, hey, we're going to win Saturday. So Friday came and this young man began to pace around after practice and he was nervous. He said, I can't wait till I get my net. Well, at the end of practice, Coach Digger Phelps allows a team to disperse. And this one shooting guard says, whoa, hold on, coach, hang on. I need to cut my net down. You let everybody of the starting five. I'm the last person. You let four go. I'm the last one. And Digger Phelps looked right in the eyes of that shooting guard. He said, young man, you really believe you're going to win Saturday? I want you to cut down the net on Saturday. So the media made this big old thing about this game, how Goliath was going to swallow up David, and then the giant was going to come in and just defeat the little lamb. Well, if you read the story, that streak was broken by who? By Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, under the direction and the leadership of Digger Phelps. He looked at that young man. He says, here's your opportunity. Cut your net down. You're probably saying, well, Junior, what are you talking about? How does this relate to me? Well, we're in such a time and a chaotic time in life where nobody knows what tomorrow's going to bring. You don't know what's going to happen in your business. You don't know what's going to happen in your home. Matter of fact, you have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. But what I can tell you is this: it's about time that you become an overcomer, not a survivor, but an overcomer. A great friend of mine that I've known for years, he says this, he says, hey, and he tells a lot of friends the same thing too in my circle of influence. He says, greater is the thing that is inside of you than that is in your surrounding circle or your world. And that thing sticks with me. And I'm telling you, every person who's watching me right now, no matter what culture you are from, no matter what race you are, no matter what circle of no matter what your economic status is in your life, if you're watching this today, it's time that you become an overcomer. It's time that you look at your naysayers and you say, no, today is the day that I'm going to overcome the fear. I'm going to live my dreams and I'm going to overcome my fear. See, there's power in the statement that I just said. And I want you to know that today, that you create the world that you live in by the words that you speak. And so we're so excited that you're able to watch this today. And if it's one person who is watching today and that just says, you know what, Pastor Junior, thank you so much. Today, I want to be able to say to my world and my circle of influence, I no longer allow anybody to tell me I can't do it, just like Notre Dame. I want to be able to overcome everything that is going on. Thank you so much.